So hey guys, it's Kugli again with another ROM review, and this time I've got the LegendROM version 18 for the OnePlus 3, so stay tuned for that. So guys, the LegendROM, I have gone through this ROM previously and I actually really did like this ROM. It was kind of a surprise for me at the time because I didn't think this would be a feature-rich ROM, but it turned out to be so. Now this time I do have a few expectations of this ROM, right? And really saying in short, I'm really impressed again. It is a great little ROM with a lot of unique and really great features. I'm not really gonna say it's unique, but it does give you a great package overall. So let's get started. Now, first of all, one thing is that it comes with two new launchers. So it has replaced Pixel Launcher with Launcher, which in my opinion is amazing. It has a lot more features than Pixel Launcher. It also comes with Trebuchet if you still want to use that. So I really like that. It does have a lot more options. So you do have stuff you can customize here, and I just like this a lot more than what it is. Let's get started with these settings now. First of all, in the About Phone page, you will see LegendROM, right? So that is a great system here. So you do have a changelog here, which is going to be really great. So you can see it is launch LegendROM 18. It does have OTA support and all that. Yeah, I'll get into that again. First of all, it does have an OTA updater and it is the full OTA downloader. I mean, it's okay. I like it, but I would really prefer Delta updates at this point because, well, that's just plain cooler. Apart from that, it is for the OnePlus 3, so you can see that it is 7.1.2, LegendROM version is 18, and the detailed version is all of this one if you want to read that. It is based on Lineage, so you will get that, so you will get all the stuff which you get with Lineage, so that's not a problem. It does have August 5 security patches, so that's really cool. Now this is really important. It is using the Sultan's kernel, so in short, this is a sultanized ROM, and the previous LegendROMs were not, and I am really happy with the move there because sultanized ROM tends to be underclocked. Yes, I understand that, but I think that underclocking gives you much better battery life, and yes, the battery life is great on this ROM, which I will talk about in the particular section, but I really like this move from the developer of this ROM, and it's really cool. And the other stuff, it is using AC Linux status as enforcing, so that's also really cool. Now, as I've already said, this is a feature-rich ROM in the most sense. It does have a lot of features. Let's get started with the features then. In the Legend settings, this is where all the features are. You have all the settings like Super Zoom Indicator. If you're using Lineage Super User, that will work out really well. 3-finger gestures, a screenshot delay, task manager in this setting style, so that's pretty cool. That's also available. Show memory bar, clear FAV. Dashboard options are available. You can customize how much stuff appears. Lock screen settings are there where you can customize lock screen battery info, lock screen bouncer alpha, which is pretty cool. So the weather display on the lock screen, that I really like. That's something which I do use quite often, and not many ROMs have that, so I like that. It does have network traffic indicator, which I also is one thing which I reuse all the time. It also has ticker, which is status bar tickers, which are really cool. Carrier label customization on status bar and lock screen, so you can customize that. Force expanded notification, force heads up for dialer, status bar weather, and this is something which I really like. Now in the expanded header, this one, not a lot of ROMs have this for some reason, but I like this option rather than having a tile, and that's something which I really like. It also has header options if you want to customize the icon or some stuff like that. Also quick settings, you can have 4G instead of LTE, show brightness slider, easy quick setting toggle, so if you want to add something or remove something, you just click it. Now rows and column can also be customized, but it's only customizable up to 7 with no customization for this small quick setting tile other than scrollable. I'm okay with that because at the DPI setting I normally use 7 columns, and the 7 small quick setting tile is also enabled, so I really like that. The system setting, you can enable or disable advanced restart, smallest width, that is also available in the developer options, so that's there. Show CPU info if you want to use that, that's also there. And TP instead of charging, we are seeing this option way more in other ROMs also. I mean, this option was already available with Nougat, but it was very deep inside developer options, so that's really cool to have. Sensor block per package, and this option I'm really getting to like it because this does save a lot of battery life. I've seen that save battery life in Zenity ROM. I've seen this save battery life in LegendROM. And I really am looking forward to this option being in every other ROM because it's really cool. It also has a wake lock blocker inbuilt, so that's just basic one. In the display stuff, you do have live display, you can customize that. You do have color profile in the sRGB mode. Now another thing is that it does have a theme engine which is built in, like a light and dark theme, which is the basic one. It works out really well. If you're going to use a dark theme, it will save you on some battery life. So yeah, as you can see, that has been darkified, I guess, and I like that. I like this option which is available for us. It also has ambient display options, which is normal to any other ROM, so nothing special going on there. It does have prevent accidental wake up, font size and display size customization. That's all really nice. Now it does have customization on buttons front, so you can have pixel navbar animation. I don't really use navbar, so I don't really care about that too much, but it's available. Also, it does have accidental touch and pocket detection. Also, it has panic mode detection, so that's also there. So if you press any button for more than 4 times, back button for more than 4 times, it'll go straight to the launcher. So that's also available. In the buttons option, again, you do also have volume button controls. You do have this lineage based customization for long press and double tap. Volume button is available customization for it. You have playback control, you have ringtone volume, keyboard cursor control, which I really like. That's something which I really appreciate. Reorient or swap buttons when the device is rotated. Additional buttons are available, and that does work out, so you can see it is working, and it's just awesome. Security option, it does have quick unlock. It also has scramble pin layout. Also, it does have show weather. You can enable from here also. It works out really well. I like that. Now, apart from that, it does have status bar, and the status bar controls are available. Show notification count, system icon can be customized. Also, it has VoLT icon, and this is one of my favorite preferred icon for VoLT because I just like the aesthetic of it. Also, date and clock style can be customized, so you do have that option available. Battery indicator also can be customized, so inside the icon, outside the icon, battery percentage, you can have that. That much is it with the features of the ROM then. As I've already said, it's a pretty loaded ROM. It does have a lot of stuff. Again, not as much as AEX ROM or anything of that sort, which is more feature rich, I guess. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for features. So now the battery life, as I have already said, all the options which is available in this ROM does give me a better battery life than the most other ROMs. Right now you can see the idle drain is at 0.8%, which I've never seen that. But in the average I get about 1.2% idle drain and about 14-15% of active drain, which is pretty cool. That is much better than what I get with the Resurrection Remix, which is my daily driver. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for battery life. Now the performance of the ROM. There is some problem with my Antutu benchmark application. I have tried reinstalling that and some problem with that. It's not being able to complete the benchmark. I'm not going to attribute it to stability, but I'm going to attribute it to this application because it was happening for, this thing is happening on the other ROMs also. So I'm not really sure why. But the score which I got was about 136,000 at average. And you have to understand sultanized ROMs are basically underclocked, so it's going to have a little less score in terms of just outright score. But usage wise, I never had any issues with that. It's smooth, it works out really well, no stutters detected, at least by me, so I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for performance. Now the stability of the ROM. Stability of the ROM is also great. Sultanized ROM does really tend to be great on stability front without sacrificing on performance or battery life. I really like that. Honestly, there's nothing special going on here though. I would expect a ROM like this to have that kind of a stability, so yeah, again, 6 out of 10 for stability. Now the camera. The camera is the normal camera which you would expect out of the Lineage stuff, so it is the stock camera, so you do have that. It works out really well. I didn't really have any issues with the photos or taking photos with that. It just works out really well. It is Sultan's HAL, so you do get a little bit more stuff with it. But at this point, there are other ROMs with great camera packages. I think they are pretty neat to have. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for camera. Now comes the aesthetics. Aesthetics is really something which I really like. As you can see, Substratum is fully enabled. You can customize your ROM with Substratum, but it also has the dark and white mode, which is extra. I like that. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for aesthetics. Now comes the overall experience. As I've already said, LegendROM, it was a really great ROM, and with this update it is even better, and I really like that. I wouldn't mind using this as my daily driver because it works. It just simply works. I really like that. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for the overall experience, so that's really cool. Let me show you guys the boot animation, which is pretty cool. I like that. So there you have it. That is the boot animation. It's really similar to the OnePlus boot animation with the Oxygen but it's really cool. It's color changed, I guess, and yeah, it's minimal, it's functional, it's familiar, and that's pretty cool. And it goes to this logo, which is Lineage. I like that, so that's pretty nice. So yeah, as I've already said, I do like this ROM for what it is. It's really useful, doesn't really have any issues, which I could say, and it just works out really well. I like it. It's great on all the fronts, which I normally consider essential on a custom ROM, so it's really nice. I'm gonna give it a total score of 6.6. The math goes out to about 6.57. 6.6 it is, and as I've said, it is a great ROM. I like that a lot, and it will just work out really well for anyone who wants to use a custom ROM. It is one of the more user-friendly ROMs which is out there. I mean, Resurrection Remix, it's not very user-friendly. It has tons of features which is going to get you confused if you're new to this. This one, not so much. I really like this. So yeah, I guess that much is it about the ROM. Then hope you guys liked the video. Please share, subscribe, and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.